Mhm. Hey everybody, welcome to our webinar. Thanks everybody for attending. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about some of the new marketing features that Amazon's been rolling out and how we can use these features to increase our sales without being an expert. And as you guys know, and anybody who's been selling on Amazon, this is an ecosystem that changes like wildfire. It's always ongoing. It's never the same. Amazon a year ago, Amazon 6 months ago is such a different place to sell your products and market your brand. So I'm excited to be here today to chat about some of these new features that they're implementing and what we can do to increase those sales. All right, and jumping on. So real quick, I'm Will Hare. I'm the co-founder of Bellavix. Bellavix is a full-service marketplace marketing agency, and we help brands grow their sales on marketplaces like Amazon and Walmart. Personally, I have over a decade of experience helping brands with their strategic planning, implementation, and tactical execution of marketing strategies across all Amazon business segments. And I'm super excited to be here today. As an agency, Bellavix is one of 79 US agencies in the service provider network. We're also a global selling partner, and we are a verified ads partner. So we're pre-vetted out by Amazon, and we've been truly blessed to have some of these accolades as we've been working in this space for a little bit. So as we get into this, change is the only constant in life, and Amazon, we can, as I mentioned earlier, expect these types of changes. And to put it in some context, I have some of the latest updates that have been implemented in the last 60 days. And some of these feature updates are changing the game in terms of fees and the implementation of AI. And so similar to life is like nothing's going to be stagnant. Amazon is constantly changing. They're trying to keep Jeff Bezos' model of the flywheel, offering low prices and low prices for shoppers and low cost for sellers. But obviously, there's some nuances to that. And I'm excited to kind of chat about some of the latest updates. And so in the last 60 days, some of the updates that we've seen, Amazon implements a low inventory level fee to optimize fulfillment. So this goes into effect on April 1st, but April is kind of a grace period. So Amazon is going to charge you the fees in April, but they're going to refund those fees at the end of the month, and then expects in May for Amazon to be charging you fees for low inventory. And essentially, it's looking at a rolling 90-day average, and it's taking your 28-day supply. And as a seller, you need to maintain over that 28-day supply, or they're going to hit you with a low inventory level fee. Why is this fee being implemented outside being unfair to a lot of sellers? They want to make sure that your products are in stock to meet demand. There's a lot of nuances. We've been having conversations with a lot of sellers. We're hearing, what if it's not my fault? What if it takes longer to inbound shipments, or Amazon loses or breaks my products? Because we know that never happens, right? So these are just some of the things to consider, obviously through case management. And as we get more experience with these fees they're assessing, we'll be able to better combat those to make sure that we're maximizing profitability. But as sellers, for you guys to be aware, Amazon is trying to maintain consistency for the end user, the shopper on Amazon, by making sure products that people are searching for are available on the marketplace. And that's why unfortunately, this fee is being implemented. Another fee, so Amazon, like all the big tech agencies, they're in the AI space. They are figuring out how to better leverage this technology to create a good user experience for sellers as well as for the end user, the shopper. So one of the innovations that they rolled out, like I said, in the last 60 days, is the automatic product listing creation. So it's not available on all seller accounts yet, but it is being rolled out. And essentially, they use the data from over 100,000 sellers, so that you could just drop your website link inside of add your product essentially, and it will create the listing for you with a title, bullets, description, keyword optimized, ready to rock and roll. So it is a pretty nice feature, to be honest with you. It's definitely replacing the ability to copyright. What I will say, and what we've seen early on, it's not the best. People generally can tell when something's written by AI. The use of natural language isn't there yet. But what it does mean is that this technology is coming and it's only going to get better. So it's better to kind of embrace some of these changes and figure out how we can use some of these tools to better enhance our listing and to make sure that our products are more visible. So it's pretty exciting that these features are being implemented, and it'll be interesting to see how this rolls out as they get more data and more sellers using some of these features. But this is another big one. It's the automatic product listing creation. Next, another fee, adapting to Amazon's new FBA inbound placement fee. So gone are the days of being able to just send in a huge pallet of product and having Amazon kind of break those up and send them out to multiple fulfillment centers in order to kind of maximize your footprint. So in context, they did reduce some of the referral fees, and in place, they're putting in this inbound placement fee, and they're rewarding sellers who have the ability and can do it efficiently to break up their inventory into smaller quantities and send it out. And the premise and the reason for that is that it'll make it easier to get products in stock. We've actually seen this when they had inventory limits, and we've seen it throughout as like, if you send in smaller quantities to Amazon, they go through the inbound processing faster. So this is them kind of doubling down and creating incentives inside their system on how they want to receive products and incentivizing sellers to kind of break it up and send it on their behalf. A new feature, and it's going to be coming into effect. And then next, so this is a major update. If you check out Amazon.science, which we follow pretty regularly to get the latest updates on search and other features that they're putting in, there's this new product that has just been released. It's not actually implemented, it's just the study, but we see it coming. It's called Cosmos, and it's Amazon using AI-driven technology to kind of reshape the search landscape. So what we're expecting to see over the course of the next year or two, depending on how this rolls out, is that keyword relevancy, which had a lot of weight in the search algorithm, is going to be pivoting a bit. And it's going to be leveraging visual data and actual shopper intent based on how they search for your products. And they're going to be leveraging AI technology to get ahead of this. It's still early, and to be honest with you, unless you're a data scientist, some of this stuff is really complicated. But my biggest takeaways from this is that visual content will be key. So in order to stand out above other listings and competition, you're going to have to up your visual game. What that means is maybe getting your product in the hands of influencers to start generating user-generated content, or working with a creative studio to create some top-notch photographs and visuals, lifestyles that are going to enhance the shopper experience and train the algorithm that when somebody searches for X, you're the best product to lead to a sale, and therefore you should rank a lot better. And like I said, this is just in theory. It's been released. It's being talked about throughout the seller community. It is no way being adopted at the moment, but we do expect this to roll out in the next year or so. And last but not least, like nothing's safe, even the coupon update. So now they have the trust and eligibility. And so essentially, as of March 12th, what this means is that there's the was price. And your was price is your rolling 90-day average or median. And essentially, if you're going to offer a coupon discount, it should be at least 5% lower than your 90-day median price. So gone are the days of like big tentpole events. You remove some pricing over the next 30 days, raise your price a little bit, then offer a discount to where a product is normally priced at. So it's a way of Amazon combating fair pricing policies and kind of implementing it. So if you have a coupon and that coupon is not lower than the 90-day average, it'll become ineligible and the coupon won't run. This goes for, anything that you're doing around the coupon promotion. So it's pretty interesting. And I'm going to quote one of my favorite philosophers here, Alan Watts. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. As mentioned earlier, nothing gold can stay. Amazon is continuing to innovate and change. And our job as an agency and our job as sellers is to make sure that we're adopting and adapting to these changes, making sure that we have key KPIs in place like profitability, and we understand how some of these changes are going to affect our bottom line and our outcomes for our business. So lots of changes. It's pretty exciting. And those are like the last 60 days. So, I mean, we could go into it. If you follow our seller newsletter, we often do a lot of updates around the trends and changes that Amazon's rolling out. And it's constant. I have something to talk about every week. So there's no shortage there. And anybody who has ADD or likes to chase the shiny object, that shiny object is there, and there's always something new to chase. So it's pretty interesting times. So jumping into our workshop, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to go into some of the new features. Specifically, I'm going to talk about brand tailored promotions. I'm going to talk about premium A+ content and specifically some of the new features that have been added and some of the updates. I'm going to talk about buy with Prime and multi-channel fulfillment. I'm going to talk about product life cycle support, but mainly how it deals with customer lifetime value. And everything in that section is not new, but I need to explain that section in order to talk about Amazon Brand Analytics Dashboard and the Build Your Brand feature, which has recently been added. So the product life cycle may be stuff you're already familiar with, but it's going to bleed over into some of the brand analytics updates, which I'm excited to present to you guys. And then Q&A. So before we get too deep into it, everywhere you see a red text with an underline, there's a hyperlink there. I hyperlink Amazon resources, I'm hyperlinking examples, and you guys will actually get a copy of this webinar deck that you can use. There's actionable insights so you can use and actually implement within your business, as well as the video of this recording post-webinar. So just so you guys know, you'll be getting that, and we appreciate everybody for joining. So let's talk about brand tailored promotions. So I'm really excited about brand tailored promotions, especially since they got rid of MICE, which is manage your customer experience. So they have deprecated our ability to do email marketing, essentially, using my customer experience. But in its place, they've created this brand tailored promotions. And essentially, it's a promotional tool that we can use to acquire new customers and build brand loyalty. And I'll kind of go into that right now. So specifically on this page, if you click on brand tailored promotions, it's going to take you right over to the dashboard on Seller Central. And you can pretty much go and start creating some of these promotions if you're enthralled and so excited by this presentation. And so what is it? It's a promotional tool for us to offer tailored discounts to specific groups of shoppers that have shown some type of intent. And I'll kind of go that into the next slide, but these offers show up in search, on product detail page, and on promotional shopping pages, and they just show up as regular coupons and discounts. So what type of targeting do we have? How do we have the ability to target? We could target repeat customers, abandoned cart shoppers, potential new customers, brand followers, top tier, promising, at risk. They've really given us a lot of audiences that we can build off of in order to kind of create these really specific orders to get a user back in our funnel, to acquire a new customer or an existing customer to get that lifetime value up. And here I have actually the steps you need to take in order to set up brand tailored promotions. I'm not going to go through each of the steps. I'm going to send you guys this presentation, and you guys can follow this on your own and set these up and start leveraging this marketing tool right away. But what I do want to share with you guys is a couple case studies we have here at Bellavix. So first we have a brand in the planner space, journaling and planner, and we targeted brand cart abandoners over the last 90 days. The audience was about a 60,000 person audience, and we ran this for 9 days with a 10% discount. And the ROAS after the discount, which is considered the spend, we generated about $10,000. So that was $10,000 in orders that would have otherwise been lost because these shoppers added to cart but didn't make a purchase. And we were able to kind of piggyback off December, getting into the holidays and post Black Friday, Cyber Monday in order to kind of build this audience out. And here we have another example for a fitness and exercise company. We were targeting potential new customers. So these were shoppers in market. And it was following right after Prime Day. We love to do a lot of these tactics right after big tentpole events because you have a larger audience base to build around and to target with ads. We offered a 10% discount, and we were able to generate an additional $6,000 in sales, and all of these were new to brand customers, which is a win. Obviously, we definitely want to service and build brand loyalty. We want to get more customers in the door. So that's the power of brand tailored promotions and kind of what it brings to the table. And we've been using it, and it's low cost. You know, you're just essentially the discount for the product that you're offering is kind of what you're paying and spend. So next, I'm going to talk about premium A+ content and why premium content is nothing new. They've added a lot of new features in both A+ content and inside premium A+ content, which is pretty exciting. So first, what is Amazon Premium A+ content? It's the same as A+ content. It's our ability to build supplemental marketing information to enable sellers to differentiate their product, showcase their brand, create interactive modules, create visuals, carousels. Overall, what does this do? It improves conversion rates. We have metrics that show brands with no A+ content versus brands that do. We roughly see about a 25% increase in conversion rates, which is great. We don't have sufficient data on A+ content versus premium A+ content, but what Amazon is telling and what they're promoting is that you could expect a 15% increase in conversion rates. Outside of that, what it does do, it does create a better representation of the brand. It's a great way to reduce return rates by educating your customers through some of the features that we have through this. And real quick, I got a question about brand tailored promotions. What metrics are best to measure the effectiveness of brand tailored campaigns? Thanks for that question from anonymous attendee. What I will say, it's sales. Straight sales is the ultimate metric. They don't give you a lot of KPIs in the dashboard. You're pretty much able to see the discount you offered, the spend, and the sales. So with the limited discounts, we're always looking at how much sales we're able to drive over time. You can see additional information in the promotional section if you go to the dashboard of your FBA and look at the promos, but that information isn't very helpful. So when we look at brand tailored promotions, we're looking at how much sales are we able to generate from this, and then which audiences are we able to generate it from. So we consider new to brand customers being a lot more valuable than repeat buyers, because our goal is to obviously get new customers in the door. So it'll also come down to the category and your product type. But at the end of the day, sales is number one. Great question. Thanks for that. So jumping back to A+ premium content, and feel free to shoot questions in as they come. Top advantages of A+ premium content is obviously the conversion rates, enhanced visuals, interactive modules, the comparison, high-def videos, which is up to 5 minutes as opposed to, I think, 30 seconds with standard A+ content, and the Q&A section. And me personally, my two favorite features are the Q&A section. We have found that with a good Q&A section, you can acquire more customers, but you can also reduce returns and make sure shoppers are buying the right product. And I love the comparison table. I think it's a great way to build your average order value. It's a way to showcase complementary products in your catalog. And we have some great examples to showcase with it in the next coming slides. So real quick, what's the difference between A+ and A+ premium content? Just more features. That's what it comes down to. You could do a lot more. You could build a lot more out. For certain categories or certain catalogs, I believe if you have less than 5 or 7 products that have A+ content, you're not eligible for premium A+ content. They are building different features for the basics, but obviously, if you have enough products and you qualify for A+ premium, there's a no-brainer. You should be on the premium as a way to get your products and your brands out there. And specifically what I'm going to be talking about with some of these updates is the video, the navigational carousel, which was recently released, the hotspots, which is pretty exciting, and the Q&A modules. So we have 2 of my favorite in here that I'll be chatting about. And I'm going to kick it off with the comparison table. And as mentioned, a nice feature that they've added, and they actually just added it to basic too, is the ability to add to cart. But we also have the ability to showcase different products in our catalog. What I love for like beauty products is if you have a beauty regimen, you can kind of outline which products are typically bought together, the benefits of each of these products. If you're selling something that is like a fitness thing and there's different components, you're able to kind of put them all together on one listing. At the end of the day, like our goal for this comparison table is like build our average order value. We want to get more people adding more of our stuff to the cart without jumping around to other pages to find all these things, and also without creating really crowded parent-child relationships. So We want to catalog our products properly, but we don't want everything under one parent to overwhelm the shoppers. So this is a great way to kind of maintain that segmentation and also leveraging some of these new features efficiently. And I have an example here from Make Do Toys, and they create these like screw and screw set that you screw into cardboard boxes, and you're able to build some really great artwork with your kids. So it's a STEM product. And what's nice is like they have different quantities in these packages. They have these different things that you could do and build with these. And then their A+ content, it's a great way to leverage that technology to kind of showcase which are the best products and what comes with what. And what's nice, you can see in this GIF we've created, just add to cart, adds the product right to your cart. It's a really seamless interaction, and we're big fans of the comparison table. Next, the navigational carousel. This is a really great feature, and it kind of just rolled out, but gives us the ability to highlight use cases, upsell higher value items, talk about the brand and the story a bit, and it's a great opportunity for sellers to kind of talk through their products a little better, and it's seamless because it's all on one page, so it's not, you don't need to build it up. You can kind of scroll through it. And I'll have an example here from Grace and Stella. Outside of the Jessica Alba endorsement, they're talking about the brand and UGC, so how many people buy their products, what they're buying it for, how it's manufactured, cruelty-free and vegan-free. Perfect gift. I like anything that talks to gifting because there's always a reason to buy gifts year-round. And then some product features, gold, pink, or blue. You know, pick the color that's best for you and get rid of those wrinkles. So it's a really, really great and innovative approach to kind of building some of this premium A+ content. And there's lots of different ways you can use this. If you have a single product, you could just talk to what's unique about the brand and get shoppers to identify with your brand and understand what's the advantage, why buy your product. You can look through reviews of your competitors and kind of address some of those on what makes your product different, your USP. Could all be laid out here in the navigational carousel, and it doesn't need to be too cluttered. So you can really leverage visual assets. Next, videos. Big fan of videos. 5-minute video. The more complicated your product, the more you need videos to kind of explain it. If I'm pitching a tent or something like that, and it's supposed to be super easy, I will go back to Amazon and kind of look at these videos to see how am I doing and how to figure this out. But it's also a great selling opportunity to showcase how simple this product could be in the example of tent, but also what's unique about the brand. How is it manufactured? You know, these videos are great. They're all over the place. They're being more and more incorporated into search. So why wouldn't they be on your product detail page? And here we have an example from Hygia Beauty. It is a beauty company. Sorry, they do skincare. So they have the retinol cream, crepey skin, and beta glucan. And here they just kept it super short. You know, this is what you want your skin to look like, this, young ladies. Science meets nature. So that a lot of their stuff that they do is science-backed. And you can see how they kept it super simple, but it's how they're leveraging the video. So I have another question from an anonymous attendee. We see more and more video content used through Amazon. So what is your position in investing in videos for Premium A+, and what strategies would you employ to ensure Premium A+ videos effectively drive higher engagement and conversion rates? So that's a really great. So what I would say is I'm an advertiser. So when I look at creating video content, I look at what type of video content can I create that answers some type of search query that's going to drive engagement and sales. So in this example, this video is just a brand video. It's super high level. I personally wouldn't recommend using a video like this. I would want something that showcases how to apply this particular product, the short and sweet of it. How does it work? What are the ingredient benefits? And when can I expect results in ideally 30 seconds to a minute? And then be able to take those videos and kind of use them, like stretch them out and use them in as many places as humanly possible. So when I think of video creation, I think first, how can I use it for advertising? And then how can I take those and apply them to the product detail page? And in some cases, it may be setup, it may be how to use the product. It may be the unique selling proposition. It may be about the brand. On what I love about smaller catalogs, they're really focusing on how the product's made and the unique selling proposition. So it varies. but I would recommend that when you are creating videos, think of how I can use videos for multi-purposes and always think advertising. Videos are becoming more and more important for advertising. We know, for example, in I think January or February, Prime Video and Freeview's always had it, but Prime Video has opened up commercials as baked into their content, and they had a streaming TV Lite program, so they were actually paying for video creation for a lot of sellers. So they're putting emphasis and they're investing in video, and you as a brand should see that as a signal and be investing in creating great visual content. Great question. Next, premium Q&A. We have the ability to showcase 2 to 5 tailored questions, offering a seamless conversation. These are one of my favorite features because it's great to reduce returns and really influence the shopper onto like what's unique about your product. And what we do know for a fact is that if you're answering questions that your competitors are getting, that is not answered on their product detail pages, you have the ability to be able to charge a little more to showcase your product. So an example, if I'm looking for a journal, an example I'm going to share next, and I need the paper to be a certain way, or I'm a student and I need it for college, having questions that address that use case directly is going to lead to better conversion rates. Because I'm looking at a bunch of others and they're not addressing it. So is it good for a college student? I'm not sure. Am I going to take a chance and buy this because it's a few dollars cheaper? Or am I going to get the journal that specifically addresses my search query, what I'm looking for shopping in the journal space, for example? And like I mentioned, Erin Condren is a journal and life planner company, and here they're using Q&A to answer, what is the best paper quality? What should I use for college? What type of notebook should I use for journaling? And it's all baked into their A+ content. Pretty seamless too. You click into it. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's not obnoxious, and it folds back up. So it keeps a really clean view and perspective. So we're big fans of the Q&A. And then last but not least, premium hotspots, which gives us the ability to add subtext overlays to particular images. And I think this is great for products that might be a little more complicated, require assembly, or have multiple features that need to kind of be broken down. And I'm using Instant Pot in this example. Like many of us in 2020, we probably bought an Instant Pot and we were home cooking gurus. But the Instant Pot is complicated. It has a lot of features. It does a lot of different things. And there's lots of different ways to search for this. So outside of having a video baked into your images, having something like this in your A+ content, talking about the different use cases, I could slow cook, I could saute, I can make rice, I could do yogurt. It's all baked in right there. And it answers all those questions. So as I'm looking for a product and maybe the title is more focused on rice cooking because that's a better sell-through, or pressure cooking, but can I make yogurt with this? It shows us there that I can. So the hotspots are great to kind of showcase different features and aspects about your product that would otherwise be harder to showcase. So that is everything and some of the most recent updates on premium A+ content. Like I said, we're excited. We're implementing this on a lot of the brands we work with, and it's super user-friendly, and there's more and more features being added. So it's definitely something that's dynamic and will continue to change. Next, I want to talk about Buyer Prime and multi-channel fulfillment. So when I was at Accelerate last year, one thing I noticed is that Amazon was really touting their logistics services. They've built this massive ecosystem that they can get packages to, the last mile delivery, which tends to be the most expensive, to shoppers same day, within 2 days, using their logistics network. And we think like FedEx, UPS, USPS, like they don't have this ability. They can't do the last mile delivery effectively and as efficiently as Amazon can. So they're starting to roll out these programs, multi-channel fulfillment being one of them, and Buy with Prime. And I'll kind of go into the differences between the both, but depending on where you are as a business, and this doesn't work for everyone, at the end, I'll talk through a couple use cases that we've seen success leveraging these technologies, but they are opportunities to leverage Amazon's logistics ecosystem in order to increase sales and improve conversion rates on your direct-to-consumer website. And so that's kind of what it is. So Buy with Prime, to summarize, it gives us the ability to add specific items to on the website to go through the Buy with Prime process. And essentially they could buy the product and it be fulfilled through Amazon using your FBA inventory. Merchant channel fulfillment will handle all of your deliveries. So they will order on your website, or they'll service marketplaces like Walmart and Target, and they will fulfill the order. They'll brown box it if it's going to Walmart and Target. But there is the brown box if it's going to Walmart and Target, but they're touting their ability to do logistics. I have another question before I jump on to the next slide. Would the potential revenue increase outweigh the program fees, especially for sellers with a smaller Prime customer base? So from what I understand is that the fees are pretty competitive to what's out there through third-party logistics companies. And we have seen, and working with Amazon directly, that sales velocity through inventory actually influences ranking and search. So give or take, some of the brands are seeing roughly around a 30% increase in sales naturally by having Amazon fulfill those orders on the back end. So they're seeing inventory go out. They're assuming those are just sales, and indirectly, it's improving the benefits to your Prime catalog. What we recommend as an agency is this is great for like Amazon endemic brands. You don't have a good following off of Amazon, and it's a great way just to have all the logistics in one place to make your life a little easier, especially if most of your sales is coming from Amazon. We've also seen, I have an example from Dr. Squash where they use it for a select number of products on the catalog, and they're able to kind of use their FBA inventory to fulfill that. For brands that have a good direct-to-consumer experience and they have good sales velocity, we don't recommend it. We think it's better to just continue to use your third-party logistics and use other mechanisms to increase product ranking, like effective advertising or some of these marketing features like brand-tailored promotions to get ahead of it. Only because you want to own that customer experience. And most customers, when they shop on your website, are not necessarily expecting the product in a day or two. So they're more willing to wait. Whereas for marketplaces, they're expecting it right away. So hopefully that answers your question. And thanks again. That's another great question. But jumping in specifically to merchant channel fulfillment. So how does it work? Is Amazon will pool all your inventory together. And they'll fulfill your FBA inventory, but they'll also fulfill your website inventory. So this is other e-commerce sites, marketplaces, and social channels. Like I said, you have the option to say brown box it or send it in the box with a smile. So you're able to adhere to the terms of service on Walmart, for example, which they don't necessarily want shoppers to get packages from one of their biggest online competitors. And so here's the advantages of all three: growing on Amazon, your e-commerce site, and having them fulfill everything. And what I want to recognize specifically with MCF is the shipping options, that they have the 5-day, the expedited 3-day, and the 2-day priority. So their biggest advantage is that they have the ability to fulfill these orders pretty consistently, pretty quickly. And what's nice is less logistics. So everything's managed under one property. They'll distribute it out to all the fulfillment centers, and you're kind of able to fulfill all your orders and keep doing what you're doing essentially. And through all of these, because they're on your website, you're still able to capture customer information. So you're able to get those email addresses and do retention marketing to build the lifetime value of your shoppers. And then Buy with Prime. So this is a softer version of MCF. It will take essentially any products that you have in FBA, and you have the ability to fulfill those to your website. We have seen it where it's available as you can add to cart and go through the normal checkout process on the website, or it's or underneath that would be Buy with Prime, and the customer has the ability to just check out with Amazon. Amazon Pay processes the payment, and then FBA will fulfill those orders and send it out in a couple days. We haven't seen this, but they're saying that you can expect generally a 25% conversion rate improvement on websites that have the Buy with Prime functionality versus those who don't. I think the program's a little too new, so we need to get more data in order to say how effectively it does affect conversion rates on the website. But it is super easy to set up. Amazon has a partnership with Shopify and I believe WooCommerce. So it's a pretty streamlined integration and covers a lot of e-commerce sellers who are on either or of the platforms. And I have a video that showcases exactly how this works. And I like Dr. Squash the best, so I'm gonna make this a little faster. So what's unique about them is they pick certain products to showcase. So right here from their main menu, you could go right to the Buy with Prime feature, and it'll take you over to that page. These are all the products available for Buy with Prime. You're able to add it, checkout right there. You don't have the ability to add multiple carts, so your shoppers will have to go through the checkout process if they're going to buy more than one. They click on the Buy with Prime button. In this case, the Bellavix account, we're going to access it. They give me the display right there. I'm able to place the order and check out. And I believe in this case, I would get the product in a day. So it's going to be at my house super quick, and I could have my soaps and shave stuff directly from Dr. Squash. So there are some benefits to it. It is a new system that they've been rolling out, but they're world-class with their logistics, and it is an opportunity. And like I said, I think it works really well for Amazon endemic brands, as well as brands who want to focus on a select feature of products that are maybe more geared towards the Amazon shopper. And it isn't right for everyone, but it is a good program for those of you who are considering going on it. Next, we're going to talk about product lifecycle support. So how to maximize every moment, enhancing customer lifetime value with strategic lifecycle support. And specifically with this, I just want to focus on the customer lifetime value. So one of the biggest challenges through Amazon throughout the year was you can only measure lifetime value in a 365-day period. And previously, you really got no lifetime value of lifetime data. You just kind of assumed it was like the website. Maybe 1 in every 3 orders makes 4 or 5 purchases a year, for example. So you didn't really have anything to go off of. But throughout the years, they've been able to kind of build on lifetime value. We're not talking about it here today, but Amazon Marketing Cloud gives us the ability to really track down those behaviors and how effective some of the advertising and marketing components are in driving lifetime value. But when we consider lifetime value, how do we grow the brand presence? How do we get repeat purchases for products and categories that require repeat shoppers? And so just to summarize it up, these are some of the factors or some of the tactics and strategies you can use to grow your lifetime value on Amazon. We're a big fan of product bundling, subscribe and save, and obviously this is for relevant categories. Package inserts, Amazon Post, encouraging brand loyalty, doing all terms of service methodology, so your post-purchase email sequence, package inserts is all part of that, running discounts, using brand tailored promotions, for example. These are all ways to kind of build that brand loyalty, and just having a really great product and a great story doesn't hurt, of course. Prioritizing high customer lifetime value products. As mentioned, not all products are going to be great for this, and not all products inside your catalog are going to be great for this. So you want to take those evergreen, really standout products and double down. Customer engagement emails, big fans of post-purchase email sequences when they're relevant, brand tailored promotions, and Amazon Live. I'm just kind of grazing through this list because we're going to talk about build your brand on Amazon, but wanted everyone who's listening to kind of have some context into how we think of customer lifetime value and what are some of the tools that we have directly on Amazon to kind of increase our lifetime value. And some of the reports we have to kind of measure this and get deeper insights. And like I mentioned, none of these reports are new, but they're going to play into the next set of slides. First is your search term report. So through advertising, we can get search data on how shoppers are searching for our products and what leads to clicks and conversion rates. And we could take that information and apply it to our listings, our Amazon post strategy, and anything else that's really keyword oriented. We have the item comparison and alternative purchase behavior. So we could see when shoppers are shopping around, what they're looking at and what other items they're choosing to purchase if it's not our product. This could help with conquesting and building a strategic strategy around differentiating your product in the market. Repeat purchase behavior. So obviously we want to understand how often and how well our customer loyalty programs are working, what retention strategies we're using, and where our shoppers are continuing to buy our product. And then market basket analysis. So understanding which products are bought together when they buy our products. And I'll share a quick story with you guys. We were working with a beauty brand not so long ago, and they produced a beauty cream. And the beauty cream was great, good quality, had tons of review. It was our evergreen product, so it drove a lot of sales in the catalog. And what we noticed is that this specific beauty cream was always bought with like a little triangle sponge that you're able to apply the cream evenly on your face to create just a great looking smooth skin, all the reasons you'd want to use beauty cream. And so we brought this to the owner and said, hey, you know, do you have the ability to manufacture these? And she did. She had the ability to make these cost effectively and brand them with her brand. So it worked out really great. And we were able to create virtual bundles with those products, and we were able to kind of sell those. And not only did we increase the average order value, she had really good margins on those sponges. So it made our cost to acquire customers a little higher. So we're able to spend more money to get more customers to help drive the brand and rank the products better. So it's a great example of how you can use some of these reports to be strategic on how you pick products and implement some of those strategies on Amazon. And that last but not least, the brand analytics dashboards. Obviously, we all want to make data-driven decisions. AI and all these technologies are certainly helping with that. And I'm excited to talk about their latest creation, which is Build Your Brand Dashboard. And like I said, a lot of these have links. So I'm going to beat the dead horse one more time. Feel free to click on the Build Your Brand. It'll take you right over to the page, and you can kind of see this interface that I'm about to go through now. But they've made this page more visual, and they included things like branded search ratio, how are we doing with awareness, star rating, what's the quality of our product, brand conversion rates, how well are we converting customers when they're in the consideration phase, and the repeat customers, how well are we building brand loyalty. And what's nice about this page, it's visually appealing, it's easy to navigate, and they're going to give us all tactics we can use on Amazon to grow our brand, grow sales, and improve these different metrics that are going to drive more sales, better results, and better product ranking. So some of these new features, just to call them out, your brand search ratio and your star rating, your conversion and repeat customer ratio, and they've added some visual graphics and actionable insights. So big fan of this page, and I recommend everyone post this webinar, jump on the PDF and check this thing out. It's really next level. So first, the brand search ratio, which is the percentage share of branded impressions compared to total impressions for a brand over lifetime. And you can see here we have month over month. And in this case, this brand's killing it. They're seeing lots of improvement. Obviously, they're doing tactics on and off of Amazon to drive that brand awareness. And what's nice specifically here, you can see their recommendations, A+ content, tell your story better, use sponsored brand ads, which allows us to visually showcase our products, highlight with Amazon posts some unique selling. It's a great low-cost way to get on competitors' product detail page, and even better for mobile views. And then if you scroll to the bottom page, they kind of have a summary, and that's the box on the left. You can see grow your brand awareness and bang, bang, bang. This is what you got to do. These are things for you to consider, specifically in the brand analytics, the top of search terms report, and the search query performance dashboard. So they give you a lot of information, and they directly link you to the resources. So you can dive into that data and really be strategic on how you're going to grow your brand awareness and grow your brand on Amazon. Next is the star rating. So the average product star rating across all your ASINs, so all the products in your catalog. And Amazon Vine is obviously the best program to use for newer products, but analyzing customer reviews, making improvements to your A+ content, your stores, using brand tailored promotions, specifically targeting potential new customers, and cart abandoner audiences, Amazon Live, sponsored display. Some things that are not on here, big fans of package inserts, for example. Post-purchase email sequence is a great way. And also the request a review feature are great ways to get additional reviews on products as you're getting more sales and increasing sales velocity. Next, conversion rates. So this is the percentage share of total purchase brand units compared to total brand detail page glance views. And we can see here a slight improvement in conversion rates. And how do we improve conversion rates? Premium A plus content. Honestly, your bullets, click through is how we judge a title. Conversion rates is how we judge our images and our bullets and our A plus content. And we're big fans of manager experiments. So a concept we adhere to at Bellavix is incremental improvement leads to long-term growth. And how do you get incremental improvement? You run tests, specifically split testing, because multivariate testing is difficult to lock down what specific change led to a specific improvement. So right on Amazon, you have manager experiments. PickFu is also another solution that's a third party. You're able to send your product or have users view videos or photos and give their opinion before you upload it to Amazon. So there's lots of ways to do testing, but testing is going to help improve your conversion rate. And the only way to figure out what works and what doesn't is to actually run some tests. And then we have the repeat customer ratio, RCR. Any chance we have to throw in an acronym, we're going to throw it in there. This is Amazon's world. And it's a percentage share of customers that have purchased more than once from the brand in the previous 12 months compared to total customers that have purchased from the brand in the previous 12 months. So it's a year look back window. How many repeat purchases are we getting? And ways to improve this. We have your brand, through brand analytics, we have the customer loyalty analytics dashboard, as well as repeat purchase behavior dashboard, as I mentioned in the previous slides. Brand tailored promotions is a great way to get your products in front of new customers. Subscribe and save. We love subscribe and save. If you're a beauty, supplement, food brand, you should be optimizing to get subscribe and save. You should be putting images inside your A+ content and storefront that has customers, A, follow your store, and B, subscribe and save. Be aggressive on those discounts, because that's a great way to build your lifetime value on your brand through these brand loyalty programs. So I want to thank everybody for showing up. This concludes everything that I had for the webinar. You can check out our website, bellavix.com. My LinkedIn's here. We post things pretty regularly, and you can email me at hello@bellavix.com. But before we wrap up, I'm going to turn it over to the audience to see if we have any additional questions. Is there access to historical trends to show progress over time for key brand metrics? There are, through the brand analytics dashboards, and you're able to kind of view different windows of time. It depends specifically what you're looking at and which platform you're in. I know advertising is a bit limited. I think it's 90 days before they group them all together. But through brand analytics, you can piece it out, and then they have different dashboards, but nothing really effective is going to be over a year. So hopefully that helps. And then from Marina, are bundling and subscriptions as tactics equally effective for product categories? How can sellers adapt their customer lifetime value strategy for niche products with a smaller customer base? Great question. So obviously subscriptions are only going to work for products that are subscribe and save. So like if you sell plungers, for example, not really going to make sense to have a subscription. But if you sell plungers and other home items, bathroom items, the bundling is a great way. And we look at bundling as a way to increase average order value and subscriptions as a way to build lifetime value. And if you don't have the ability to build that lifetime value, having more products in your catalog is going to give you the ability to kind of create more bundles and more opportunities. Plus, if you have a really well-reviewed product that has great sales velocity, you're able to take slower or moving products and kind of bundle them together as a way to liquidate, as a way to drive awareness for these new products, or as a way to kind of shift some of that buyer momentum over. So we're big fans of bundling as a tactic, and subscriptions are for the right products in the right categories. But anything perishable, anything that needs to be replenished, you should definitely be focusing on how do we get better, how do we get users to sign up for subscribe and save? How aggressive should we be on discounts? Awesome. And another question, could AI lead to, I'm going to butcher this, homogenized Wow. Could AI lead to homogenized product descriptions, reduce a seller's ability to stand out? How can sellers leverage the AI for efficiency while maintaining unique brand voice and differentiation? This is a really great question. Right now, I think that AI is going to be creating a lot of the same listings over and over without a lot of variations on what makes products unique. So right now, the human element is still needed. Somebody needs to go in and talk how this product works, how it aligns with the brand, what the opportunity is. But we're going to see this improve. This isn't going to be forever. AI works on data sets, and the more data it gets, the more effective it's going to be. So how are we going to stand out in a world of AI? It's going to be visual. It's going to be like, how can we uniquely position our products in a way that is visually appealing to get customers buy-in and engagement? How do we separate our product as what's the unique selling proposition? And how could I visually showcase that in my product images, inside my A+ content and on storefronts? And this is where we're seeing, more video and more images being more effective. And we know that that's kind of going to be the way moving forward, especially with this Cosmo rollout. I'm expecting traditional keyword research and how that's done to just go the way of the dodo. It'll be a lot different here in a year from now. So great questions. Let's see if I got another one. When you do a brand tailored promo, for example, for cart abandoners, do they all get sent an email alerting them of the promo? They do not. Well, some of them will, but for the most part, it's just going to show up in their search. If they're searching for the product on specific pages, as mentioned before, and inside product detail pages. So you don't have any control over exactly where they're going to show it, but Amazon's going to kind of spray it out, and they're going to use their the fact that they're logged in through the app, whether it's through website and mobile, to target these customers to provide those unique offers. So no matter what, they're going to get in front of the customer. It may not be via email because we know a lot of shoppers don't receive all those emails. They're blocked for whatever reason. Probably they got tired of hearing the small businesses asking for a review. There's only so many mom and pop shops. So I think it's going to be more effective showing up on unique pages than anywhere else, or on product detail pages while shoppers are shopping on their journey. But we have no control over where it goes. They aren't directly alerted, but they'll be alerted when they re-engage the platform. Great question, by the way. Awesome. I'll hold here another minute if anybody else has any other questions. And to fill up the dead space, I'm going to tout our newsletter. Please sign up. It's directly on our website. We'll link it in the follow-ups. But we talk about Amazon news every day. There's no shortage of news and changes to the ecosystem. So if you're keeping up on Amazon and you're trying to figure out ways to be effective and pivot with some of these changes, we'd love to educate you on the opportunities and how some of these changes to the ecosystem affect sellers. All right. And it doesn't look like we have any more questions. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time. I'm going to give you all back 4 minutes in your day. I hope you guys took a lot of value from this. I appreciate everybody attending. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you all online.